What's your best I paid for this, so I'm keeping it moment? My roommate decided to help by throwing away my entire vintage vinyl collection while I was visiting family for 2 weeks. I came home to find my record cabinet completely empty. 20 years of collecting gone. Those old things were taking up so much space, she said casually, gesturing to where my records used to be. I donated them to make room for my yoga equipment and crystal healing setup. First pressings, rare imports, limited editions, records my dad left me before he died. All gone because she wanted space for her meditation corner and her collection of overpriced rocks. She acted like I was being completely dramatic. They're just old music. You can stream everything now on Spotify or Apple Music. When I told her some were worth thousands of dollars, she literally rolled her eyes. That's what everyone thinks about their old junk collecting dust. I probably saved you from becoming a hoarder. I was absolutely furious, but tried to stay calm and think rationally. Started calling every thrift store, pawn shop, donation center, and secondhand music store in a 30-mile radius. Finally found them at the Goodwill across town. My entire life's collection sitting in plastic bins marked at $2 each. The volunteer cashier remembered exactly who donated them. Nice young woman came in yesterday afternoon with boxes and boxes of records. Seemed really proud she was decluttering her living situation. Said her roommate was a pack rat who couldn't let go of the past and move forward. Pack rat. My blood was absolutely boiling at this point. But here's the thing about Goodwill donation processing. You can't just buy back specific donated items immediately. They have to process everything first, sort it by category, price it individually, then put it on shelves over several days. My records were mixed in with thousands of other albums from various donors. The manager explained they'd be rolling out new inventory throughout the entire week. No way to guarantee I get my specific albums back. Some might even go to other stores in their regional network. So I did what any reasonable person would do in this situation. I bought every single vinyl record in the entire store, everything they had. The jazz classics, the complete garbage, the polka albums, the children's music, the motivational speaking records, the Christmas collections, the workout videos on vinyl that somehow existed, the gospel music, the country albums, the classical collections, the spoken word poetry, the foreign language learning sets, the sound effects albums. Took 4 separate trips to load my Honda Civic. The staff genuinely thought I was opening my own record shop or starting some kind of music business. Cost me $800 for roughly 3,000 albums. My roommate's spiteful donation was now buried somewhere in a massive collection that filled my entire living room floor to ceiling. When she came home from her evening yoga class and saw me hauling the 4th and final load of milk crates through our front door, she completely lost her mind. What is all this insanity? We don't have space for this. I kept methodically stacking records. Didn't even look up at her. Well, you donated my collection without asking permission, so I paid for this entire collection. Looks like we're going to need a lot more space for my vinyl hobby now. She stared at the towers of albums covering every surface, blocking her precious meditation space. This is absolutely crazy. You can't possibly keep all these worthless records. Actually, I can. I paid for them. They're legally mine now. Her meditation corner was completely blocked. Her yoga mat storage was buried under Herb Alpert albums. Her crystal display was hidden behind stacks of children's educational music. She couldn't even reach her yoga blocks without moving 50 pounds of vinyl. The next morning she woke up to find I'd organized everything alphabetically, which somehow made it take up even more space. Her essential oils were trapped behind a wall of Christmas music. Her meditation cushions were buried under jazz compilations. This is ridiculous. You're being petty. No, I'm being thorough. These are my records now. She tried moving some albums to access her things. I politely reminded her that touching my collection without permission would be the same thing she did to me. She moved out the following week, muttering about living with a psycho collector and how I'd ruined everything with my obsessive behavior. I eventually found most of my original records mixed in with everything else. Kept the whole collection. My living room became a vinyl paradise. Now when people visit, they're amazed by my massive collection. I always tell them the story of how it grew from 20 years of collecting to 3,000 albums in a single afternoon. Best $800 I ever spent.